How's it going, everyone? This is Javita and we are playing Boundless. I just wanted to make a quick and dirty video covering the patch notes on release 154. Just came out today, or if I don't get this video out today, it came out on Thursday the 2nd. I don't really want to muss and fuss over editing because that's what gets me pretty bogged down on my other videos. I was hoping to have two videos out this week for a quick start guide on this, but due to kids being sick and home from school, it's just been almost impossible to record this week. So anyway, without further ado, let's get this video started. Probably the main attraction here is that you can now go into your locations, and here we go. Here's my home. You can now set landmark, and what that does is it gives you a waypoint that you can even see in the game world, and when you actually reach it, it will then give you a message saying that you've reached your destination, and it automatically clears it for you, which I guess it works. I mean, I'd almost like to be able to leave it up all the time, but whatever. What I do not know is, let's see here, can you set, say, more than one? Okay, well there's mine. So yeah, it looks like you can only have one. Now there is one thing about the compass changes that they said they updated the GUI glyph colors to represent relationship with the player. So what I was originally hoping that meant is that friends would show up as a different color. However, that's not the case because I have since visited a friend and neither his beacon nor himself was any different from anything else. Well, I guess that being said, if you look off in the distance, these neutral guys that I have no relationship with are kind of a duller color, whereas Kippy's home location is kind of just the default, whatever you want to call that color, teal green, something like that. And let's go over here and check out, I think there's a guy in the hill over here. So yeah, it's kind of a duller color. Doesn't stand out very well. It's still enough of a difference. However, I think I'll go visit my friend here again and see, because I have privileges to Kippy's beacon, but I don't have privileges to my other friend. So I think I'll go check that out and be right back. Okay, so there actually is a difference. I'm really happy. I wish the difference was a little bit bigger, but there's my friend, and he's the same color as his beacon, even though I do not have privileges to his. And then there's an unrelated player, so that is pretty cool. I would show you what he's got going on over there, but it's all a work in progress, and I don't know, I'm not sure he would want it on my video or not, so I think I'll give him a chance to finish it first. But it's really, I'm really impressed with it, so what he's got going on so far. So maybe I'll show it off at some point, maybe after I clear it with him first. But another change that you might have already noticed is the compass. It just feels smoother. They've done some improvements, but mostly they've added not only what world you're on, but the location on the world, the actual name of it. You know, if you notice, you'll discover a new location and gives you some fancy name that you can never even look at again. And it will even tell you if you're inside somebody's beacon, it tells you the names. Right now I'm in my beacon, now I'm in Kippy's. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, and even the little arrow that indicates the direction you're pointing, it now has the little house on top of it. And see, it changes color when I leave my beacon and go into Kippy's. So just kind of lets you know that you're inside a beacon when you might not even know you're inside of somebody's beacon without having to equip, say, the beacon plotter. So what else do we got here? Oh yes, warp locations. Okay, so they kind of tweaked out the way the warping works, and so let me dig out some warp conduits. So yeah, they kind of changed this up to be almost like a crafting user interface. So right now it's saying I'd take 3 hops to get to the European market. So that would be apparently 3 times the cost. It's now 3 times as expensive to get there. I've never actually been there, and it would take 15 conduits. So considering I only have 2, I'm unsure about. Well, okay. So yeah, I have 4. So yeah, I would literally have to place all 15 conduits to get there, which I don't think the conduits are really that expensive to make in the first place. Rock and timber, yeah. So not sure why they added that cost, but hey, what else we got? Okay, so they claim they've added darker nights, essentially. Added darker nighttime lighting, removed greenish values from night sky cube map. So I guess I guess it looks less green. I never really struck me as being green, but it does seem to be deeper. But honestly, I can't say I can tell much of a difference. I'll have to look at some previous footage maybe. I mean, it just strikes me, and maybe it's a little bit bolder, richer, deeper color, so which I guess would be less lighting. But okay. So your creature combat, fixed creature spawning on surfaces inside a beacon, but with the block above not inside the beacon. Okay, so they've done some additional tweaks on creature spawning in beacons. Oh yeah. Okay, they've done further improvements on the grapple system. So as far as, they've kind of worked on the bugs. It should be working a little bit smoother now. They very recently added a new graphic for the tether, so I guess I'll just go ahead and show you. But then they also added a sound, and which, I don't know, I mean, it certainly fits the graphic. I don't think it's necessarily amazing sound, but what I do really like is the sound when it returns. I think that's pretty awesome. So it's pretty cool, and it does seem to be working a little bit more reliable. If you're not familiar, sometimes you would shoot it and just like nothing would really happen. Another thing I was running into is I would shoot it and it wouldn't actually show the tether until I moved a little bit. So yeah, that's working a lot better. Leaves in particular seem to be really troublesome. So it seems to be working pretty good. I just love that. Okay, enough wasting my grappling hook. So I think those are pretty much all the changes. I think they've done some more kind of a back-end type stuff of improving performance, and particularly of the lag issues. So they've added kind of restrictions to how you can connect power cores to machines in relation to having multiple power cores. So basically, there's my normal power core. It's already connected to this machine, and so I try as like, well, I've never actually used more than one power core at a time. So, but now you can no longer, I guess, have multiple power cores connected up to the same machine. So it sounds like being connected to more than one power core was causing issues. So they've now restricted it to where one machine can only be connected to one power core, which, yeah, it works. Anyway, this was Javita. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. Until next time, peace.